Um, Wuthering Heights is kind of a confusing novel. Like, honestly, it completely, it changes narrator, Heathcliff, Nellie, or, whoever. So that's something we really wanted to convey in the song. So, we just wanted to make it as confusing as possible. So even within the song, we're changing up the narrators, we're just changing the game.
Mr. Lockwood walks down the street, with brim pulled way down low, and ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Wuthering Heights is where he goes. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Once inside, Lockwood goes to sit. People he begins to meet. Mr. Lockwood is the first character introduced in the book. He has come to Wuthering Heights as an escape. The entire rest of the book is through a variety of points of views. However, it is all one big journal entry by Lockwood.
Mrs. Earnshaw bites the dust. Mr. Earnshaw bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. This part, alludes to the fact that they died. No, actually, in all seriousness, after, Heathcliff comes into the family and he's the new favorite guy, Mrs. Earnshaw, passes away, and then Mr. Earnshaw sends Hindley to off to university or to get education, and, he dies when he's out there, and so then this is sort of a transition of power from, Mr. Earnshaw being the head of the house, now to Hindley being the head of the household.
Catherine, look at these kids. They have extravagant stuff. How do you think I'm going to get along without you when you're gone? In a similar fashion of the book, the song goes through a variety of points of views. In this verse, we see the perspective of young Heathcliff. Him and Catherine, the first, are looking into Thrushcross Grange at the Linton family. Mr. and Mrs. Linton and their two children, Edgar and Isabella. Soon after, Heathcliff and Catherine get caught, and the Lintons take in Catherine, however not Heathcliff because of the color of his skin. Heathcliff then goes on to vocalize how he misses his favorite playmate, Catherine.
Hindley took everything that I had and kicked me out of my home. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? How long can you keep me here? Out of the doorway, the bulldogs bark. Your wife died. Go drink some beer. Now this is narrated by Heathcliff. He's now that Hindley's in possession of Wuthering Heights, he makes Heathcliff a servant essentially, and he's sort of like, oh, are you happy? You're keeping me out of my home. But then these doggies, the bulldogs, they're sort of a symbolic. They are a recurring symbol throughout the book. And shortly then, Frances dies in childbirth, who is none other than Hindley's wife, and so he sort of devolves into alcoholism.
Frances bites the dust. Mr. Linton bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Mrs. Linton bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. In this chorus, Frances passes away. Later, after nursing sick Catherine, back to health, Mr. and Mrs. Linton catch her sickness and end up passing away.
Nellie, oh save me. I don't want Edgar. I want Heathcliff. Oh Nellie. And this verse is narrated by Catherine when she's having her talk with Nellie, the servant, about her feelings toward Edgar and Heathcliff. Now she states, I love Heathcliff. However, it's much more safer or social to secure her social status to marry Edgar, even though she really doesn't have feelings for him. She's just doing it because she wants money and wants to have secure future social status and not really marrying, Heathcliff, who's just sort of nobody, really.
Catherine bites the dust. Hindley bites the dust. Ow, another one bites the dust. Hey, another one bites the dust. A. After getting sick from sadness, Catherine passes away. Soon after not attending Catherine's funeral, Hindley passes away, leaving the Heights to Heathcliff, who strategically took advantage of Hindley's gambling and alcoholism to gain control.
Oh, Shout out. There are plenty of ways you can hurt a man and bring him to the ground. You can drink, he can weep, but he still might hug you when you're 6 feet down. But you're ready, yes, you're ready for him, yet he can't stand on his own 2 feet. Out of the doorway, the bulldogs bark. Can you make sure your dad eats? Oh, yeah. Oh, this is through Nellie's eyes. She's talking to Kathy, the daughter of Edgar and Catherine, and she's telling him to go for the Linton, but there's a little bit of funny haha when referring to Mr. Heathcliff's pedophilia, no, not pedophilia, necrophilia, when he digs up Catherine's remains and hugs her. So it's a little funny, and even though, and it's also referring to the fact that Linton is super weak. He's essentially dying, and not essentially, he is dying, and he's just sick. Oh yeah. Actually, also we're talking about in this verse that Nellie, when her dad Edgar is fallen sick, Nellie's like, please care for him, so he doesn't die, but he does. Spoiler alert.
Edgar bites the dust. Linton bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Heathcliff bites the dust. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Oh, shout out. Hey, all right. In the chorus, after falling ill and failing to protect his assets from a scheming Heathcliff, Edgar dies. Soon after, Linton finally dies after barely limping along through life, transferring all of Edgar's assets to Heathcliff, thus giving him power over Kathy. Towards the end of the story, soon after giving up his plan to cause complete havoc in Kathy and Hindley's son Hareton's life, Heathcliff draws numb to life and passes away after refusing to eat and leaving his windows open during a storm. And another one bites the dust.